Having seen what the state looks like in the last 2 years, it's only natural that I ask you what you feel. Maybe feelings are a little more subjective, but let's go to what you think about Akwa Ibom State under the leadership of Governor Umo Basi Eno. What do you think? What do you see? What's different? What's new? What gives you hope? What gives you some kind of foresight, some kind of belief that it is going to be all right for Akwa Ibom State? And what is not right? Let's see your thoughts about the state.
I think Akwa Ibom State is one state that has a lot of promises, a lot of potentials, and I just say in comparison to other states administrators like governors of other states, Akwa Ibom State has been blessed with maybe some level of leaders, but then what comes to Akwa Ibom State is not equates to the resources that or the allocation, the financial position of the state. I see Umoino as a mature leader, somebody who is deliberate in his approach to leadership. I see maturity, okay, in approach to leadership. But then there's still much more to be done. All right. In as much as the surrounding states have crises, and then he's able to still maintain, a level of peace in the states that attracts people from other climes to want to come and stay here. But then something is missing. That entrepreneurship, that's that economic boom is really missing. So I think Akwa Ibom State should be deliberate in addressing the scourge of unemployment, youth unemployment. I want to see a state that that is deliberate about addressing the problems of youth unemployment. Okay, I need to see Akwa Ibom State take advantage of its comparative advantage and then invest wholly in it. Um, Akwa Ibom State has a very vast uh, opportunity for ocean economy. It also has great potential for palm production. This is one state that you don't need any science to plant and then do palm production because it's already natural and traditional to the people. So it's just a matter of improving and being deliberate in it. We can't continue to be giving people stipends and then tell them to create jobs. Some of these monies, these guys are going to, use it. At the end of the day, you would have spent billions on people to go and eat.
What are you saying? The grants,
The grants to me
the
is
freebies, the stopping by to give arms. What are you saying? Isn't that helpful? Wouldn't you like it if, say, your governor was passing by your business premises and then sees you working and decides to stop by and patronize
that's
you,
not governor.
and then lifts your business with
that-
two,
that's-
five,
that's-
10 million naira?
That's
Wouldn't you
not
like that?
that's not strategic.
Okay.
It's not strategic. Okay, you have to be deliberate. For instance, imagine 200 people is being given 10 million naira each. That is, you're talking about, is it 20 billion? Yeah? Imagine you inject 20 billion in agriculture. You get it? Mechanical farming. You know how many people you would employ there in that farm? And you know that this money that you have invested in that very project is going to yield. Rather than you give some random persons whom you don't even understand their business model, Okay, but this one is a business model that is strategically designed by the state. You are not just going to create employment, it's going to be a high level of revenue. Akwa Ibom State will be positioned for something, right? And then you'll be able to address a lot of challenges, and then the what you call internally
Generated
generated
revenue.
revenue of the states will improve. Okay, you are not going to be under pressure. You are not going to begin to import like the previous administration that says he wants to plant tomato. You know, you don't have comparative advantage on that. And like today, what is the future of that? But in case if you had gone into palm production, you have a comparative advantage because naturally that is what is found here. And palm production is it's like crude oil. Every part of it is very productive.
There's a value chain to be trusted.
Do you get it? So when you do that, if I were him, what I would do is that the University of Akwa Ibom State, okay, make sure you expand the agro aspect of it. Do a lot of research and invest in those research, and then any recommendation by experts. Let's do it. Have a deliberate plan that Akwa Ibom State in the next 20 years is going to be the major exporter of palm produce. When I mean palm produce, I'm not just talking about palm oil. I'm talking about the byproduct. Malaysia, for instance, the high percentage of their revenue is from palm production, and this is the palm that they came to take from here.
Absolutely.
You get it? So what I want our government to do is to be deliberate. Okay, you shouldn't do empowerment spontaneously. You shouldn't just drive by and see people. Akwa Ibom State is blessed with a lot of stuff. Okay, and then you have people that are very peaceful. You get it? Resourceful and very, very skilled labor. I dare say so. Right? So if you position, imagine that you break the state into the various senatorial districts. And then you now say that the 8 senatorial districts we are going to invest in the blue economy, in aquatic economy. And you put everything in there. You get what I mean? And in the mainland here, you say you want to invest in palm production. Then you now go to the other aspect. You now say you want to invest in craftsmanship, like the Ikorekpene district and the rest. You know, this is a place that is huge in craftsmanship. Invest there. You understand? And then you could actually also invest in entertainment. Let people that come to Akwa Ibom see beyond food. Let the people that come to Akwa Ibom see beyond the peace nature that I want to just come and rest here. Let them see here as a hub of investment.
Where they can invest their money.
Yeah, they can invest their money, not just I want to eat good food, let me go to Akwa Ibom. It's an advantage. Even the state could actually take advantage of it. Do you understand? Take advantage of it. You see, there is a need to really be deliberate about branding Akwa Ibom State to actually create a certain perception that this is a place that I could actually call home. I could eat good food. I could actually make a lot of money in that place.
I remember the catchphrase for that ministry. I think that's for Mr. Raphael Adam, brand management for Akwa Ibom. So come, live, and invest in Akwa Ibom. I think we can actually get to that point.
Let me break your bubble. Do you know that very phrase? I don't want to go back, but let me express my anger a little bit. I actually created that.
You did?
Yes.
Come, live, and invest in Akwa Ibom.
But I didn't put invest. It was come, see, invest in Akwa Ibom State.
Okay.
I will give you the reason why they just removed that, because I'm a brand strategist. Okay, when I communicate, I read the psychology of the person I'm communicating to. You know, I cannot force you to come and live in Akwa Ibom State, but I can make you to follow the money.
Okay.
Do you get it? So if I tell you, come, see, invest. Now, why did that come come invest, live in Akwa Ibom failed. I can tell you why it failed.
Why? What happened?
Okay, let me take you a little bit into what is national branding. Okay, when you brand a nation, you have to be deliberate. Deliberate in the sense that when I say come, when I ask you come, I'm inviting you. And when I invite you, I need to make sure that I'm inviting you to come and see something. What would that tell me? I need to put my infrastructure in place. I need to do a lot of things so that by the time I say come, and then when you come, what do? You
You see,
you see.
there has to
Wow.
be something to see.
See, there has to be something to see. And then when you say invest, there have to be that opportunity. I need to see that opportunity. Do you get what I'm saying? So
do.
before you start to say, come, live and see, you would have put a lot of these things in place. Do you understand? What I think Akwa Ibom should do, I have a little idea here. You see, our golf course is one of the best in Africa, right? It's one of the best. I think it's only second to one in South Africa, that golf course. But then it's not generating any revenue. Imagine our state is positioned, right,
Yeah.
for golf, international golf tournaments. International, invest so much because you need to spend money to make money. Imagine I organize a golf tournament that is in the calendar of golf opens in the world. Ibom Open. Imagine I have an Ibom Open as part of golf tournaments as you usually have around the world. For me to be able to bring best of golfers to Akwa Ibom State, I need to make sure that the prize money is high because these guys follow the money, right? Is the prize money. What will make them come to this place is the money. That's why you have the Saudi Arabia, the Dubai, the UAE. Whenever they do anything, they put the prize money high because that is what is going to bring these superstars away from their comfort zone. Imagine golf is a game for the elites, for the billionaires. Imagine I organize a golf competition, international golf competition, that for 1 week, the whole world will be seeing Akwa Ibom State.
Focused on just Akwa Ibom.
It's just Akwa Ibom State. Then some of the activities lined up are business workshops where all the visitors will be having opportunity to see some of the resources, opportunities that are in the state, right? So in that wise, you are going to be deliberate. There is need. I continuously say there is need for the Akwa Ibom brand to be well eked out. Eke it out, because if people don't know you, they can't come to you. The football tournament that is being played here is beautiful, but then don't rely so much on it because, for instance, another state built a super stadium. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah?
They move, right? This stadium is only able to accommodate this because it's actually the best in the country for now. What if a state B decide to build what is better than this? Is you don't. This is not a comparative advantage. What you have a comparative advantage is what could you build specifically that you control and make sure that you hold to that brand jealously. Akwa Ibom brand need to be built for you to be able to have the state outside that people would see opportunity. Now, I want to tell you, I wrote a certain when Udom was the governor, I wrote something for one of his parastatal. What did I call it? That was when I said, come see, invest. That was the document. Maybe I will share it with you. You see, come see, invest in Akwa Ibom. Then I said, in Akwa Ibom, oil is a fragment. It's just a fragment of the wealth of Akwa Ibom State. Do you get what I'm saying? Oil is just a fragment of the wealth in Akwa Ibom State. There are a lot of resources. I want to tell you that in Akwa Ibom State, each local government have high. Imagine silica, this thing that you use in making glass. Do you understand? This sand that they use in making glass, you have high deposits of it here. Why can't ours? Because another thing that we should be deliberate about in a state is that I hear them talk about private investment. The government have to stimulate it, because your state, Akwa Ibom State, is not a place that is known for business yet.
What are we known for exactly?
You understand? I have just told you, Akwa Ibom State is seen as that peaceful place you want to
You can
relax.
come and rest,
Yes.
just relax,
But they don't see it as place you could invest.
come do business.
Come do business. There's going to be money here. They just see it as this beautiful place you come.
Did you enter Nepal line?
Yeah,
It's
course.
invested by Igbo,
Yes.
right? So
Well,
they saw business and
no,
they came in and they're doing business here.
that's not the kind of business I'm talking about.
Okay.
What you see here is just
That's still something.
yeah. You know, Akwa Ibom is more than this, right? I just gave you an instance. Now we have a comparative advantage in the palm produce.
Okay, let's talk about the comparative advantage we have in the ocean economy that you've mentioned.
Yes.
How can we invest in the blue economy? Even taking into I think it's safe to say that the government is pragmatic, because the Ministry of Ibom Deep Sea Port, special duties on Ibom Deep Sea Port, has been given life with the appointment of Comrade Uwemedimo as commissioner. I have hope that the dream of Akwa Ibom having Ibom Deep Sea Port is closer, but what do you think?
The problem in governance in Nigeria, especially in recent time, is round pegs in square holes.
Round peg in square holes. Are you saying the commissioner?
I don't think it's the best fit.
Why?
Right. This is somebody, right?
Yes,
This is somebody, with utmost respect to his person. He's a lawyer, right? He was a spokesperson in PDP. And after which he became commissioner for information. Then you are taking him to a very highly technical ministry.
Why do you seem to have little or maybe no faith in his ability to deliver on this one? Okay, first of all, do you think that he did well as commissioner for information?
I'm sorry, he didn't.
You don't have to apologize. Your opinion is well respected.
Yes, I think Uwemedimo was well with the party. Okay, he could speak well because that's his strength.
Okay.
Right, where you have going to defend your party, but bringing that mentality of party, because if you are in the party, you are always going to be very subjective in your conversation, because you want to defend your party at all times. Even if your party is doing wrong, you want to defend it, because your responsibility is to do just that. But as a commissioner
for information, then let's talk about that one.
Sorry?
How he did as a
now
commissioner
as a commissioner for information, I needed the Akwa Ibom brand did. Akwa Ibom brand actually deep. You know what I mean? It was sinking, because the Akwa Ibom brand wasn't there anymore. I don't know if it was lack of fun, but I think it is not his stuff. Look at this guy. When this guy became commissioner for culture, he ruptured a certain kind of Christmas festival, the Christmas festival that involved all the local governments. Yeah, to me that's a game changer. If you have somebody who could take it internationally, you just don't see it as inviting cultural group from.
We had Commissioner Victor Antai,
okay,
who brought the Orange Festival.
The Orange was a failure, I can tell you that. Maybe I will share that article with you. The Orange, Color Me Orange, right?
Yeah.
It was a failure.
Why?
It was a failure because at the end of the day, there was no engagement with the people. You just saw on the media, I am orange. Do you know what they did to that? Opposition destroyed it. Because you saw somebody who would go to a bad road and say, I am orange, color be orange. They brought a madman. They did all kind of things. Why? Because he did not follow the proper brand building process. That was an activation. That is what we call experiential marketing, right?
Okay.
When you don't do things right, that is why after that he didn't work again. And the Christmas unplug where all these local governments come, right?
Yes.
To congregate in the state capital. And to me, is a game changer in the process of putting Akwa Ibom State on the world map. If they sustain and invest more, open it up for sponsorship. You get what I'm saying? Open it up more for sponsorship. Invest more in the local government for them to be able to come up with something much more beautiful. Right? I love the amphitheater.
Okay.
But use the amphitheater. Imagine that each of the local governments is coming here knowing fully well that the winner is going to go home with 20 million naira.
That's too small for a local government.
No, let's assume it's
Okay.
it's a
Let's
competition.
also drink bigger or dream bigger rather.
Yeah. Imagine you have each local government, a local government that wins. The top runner up gets maybe 20 and you create it like that. Let it be competition.
Okay. That's what you're projecting.
Do you get it? Let it be competition. And when it is competition, they will invest. You will see beautiful costumes. You will see, and then it should not just be about cultural dance. When I see you come to display your food, I want to hear the investment opportunity. If I give a local government like Nsurubium, for instance, this is Nsurubium Day, I need to see a 360-degree. Do you get it? I need to
The foods, the crafts.
the craft, and you see another thing we have a problem here is that we think culture is grotesque art. You get it? Culture is not grotesque art. Culture is is a total condition of a people's way of life as it is captured now.
Oh yeah.
You get it?
Oh yeah.
This thing you are doing now has become part of the culture of Akwa Ibom State because it is a way of life that is lived right now. So I don't want to go to grotesque that this is how meditating in Egesiba. No, we want to see the transition of this art, the dynamism of this. I want to see how well have this culture evolved into into technology.
Oh yeah.
Do you get it? You can see in those days. Now we have invented more technology. This is how it is. So I need the Ibom Unplug, Christmas Unplug to be more of investments.
Reflecting the times.
Reflecting the time. Hey, remember the last one the governor said, you don't want to see anybody displaying juju. To me, I think that was a low for him.
Why?
Because it was a law, a people culture. Don't touch it.
Are you not contradicting yourself at this point? Because you're saying culture is not grotesque.
No.
We're not supposed to just keep going back.
When you say define juju, it is something. It is an art you can't explain, because you can't explain it. You see it as diabolical.
Or magical.
Because you can't explain it. So if this is the great strength of these people that they're using, wow, if that is their magic moment, allow them.
But you're saying that we need to brand Akwa Ibom differently.
Yes.
Create a perspective of business. How was having those juju-looking images
it's not,
projecting us as a people interested in business?
It's not juju.
Okay.
It's not juju. It is your uniqueness. You have to be able to distinguish your uniqueness from this thing.
So let's come back to the blue economy, the conversation on blue economy.
Yes.
and particularly why you think that the Commissioner for Special Duties and Ibom Deep Seaports, Mr. Uwemedimo, is not fit for that office.
What is his antecedents? You see,
Has
when you
he
say when
not been delivering on his mandate?
Which one?
As Publicity Secretary of the People's Democratic Party, as the Commissioner for Information for all those years that he served?
Which I tell you
Was
that
he
during
not doing right? Why do
during
you think he cannot deliver in this
because I
department?
saw in Uwemedimo failed as commissioner.
He
He
failed
failed
as Commissioner for
for
Information.
information because a commissioner of information is first of all the brand manager of a state. Let's take it us a little bit backwards. The days of Akpabio when you had what's that his name again, as commissioner for information, Umana, right?
Yes.
Akwa Ibom brand was expanding, right? And they did right because they did things deliberately. They were always putting Akwa Ibom on the news. Anything that Akpabio did was on the news, and Akpabio was deliberate with it. Anytime Akpabio went out, he was loud.
One of the most unpopular opinion on that particular line of thought is the fact that people said that in that time, government spent more on media than they spent developing the people, than they spent on projects. They also said that in that time, that blackmail and backbiting and sycophancy was patronized heavily.
Let me
These line of thoughts were missing when Mr. Comrade Uwemedimo was Commissioner for Information.
as a communication person,
Hmm.
you are first of all, or information commissioner or communication. You're first of all, like I said earlier, a brand manager for your nation. Now, as a communication manager, what he should do is to focus on the state brand. What is the acquirable? What is the perception of an external person about the state? You invest to create that perception. You cannot just leave it. And you should be a specialist to understand what communication is. Communication is not about when government is like what they are doing now. Government is going to commission you, go and put it on TV. That is waste of money.
What were your expectations? Really?
My expectations were I wanted to see more of Akwa Ibom State on international media. I want to read more about Akwa Ibom State on national newspapers. I want to see Akwa Ibom State sponsor products. I want to see Akwa Ibom State associate with top brands. I want to see Akwa Ibom deliberately create property. Okay, what I mean property for television, for PR. I needed to see a state that anywhere you turn, you see it.
All right, let's come back. That's your opinion, of course. I will leave it at that. Him being in special duties and even deep seeker.
You see that ministry?
Yeah.
You see that ministry for the past 16, 20 years. It's been there. And we keep hearing things that we shouldn't hear. That ministry had been there before some ports, like Lekki Seaports, was established. But do you know something? I want to tell you right now that the Ibom Seaport has always been and is still audio. During the days of Uwemedimo, there was this story that they have gotten 50 years concession. Of course, you know that SIP is an exclusive list of the federal government, so the state will only list. So Uwemedimo came to tell us that there was a concession. I mean that they have given the state a concession for 50 years. Guess what? The current administration is going back to get the concession. So that means that it was a lie. There was nothing. So Udom Emmanuel came and then they moved the Baka thing, and then they said they want to take it to somewhere, and nothing has happened. So if you want Ibom Deep Sea Port to work, you need somebody who understands it, who understands investment, who understands the engineering of it, who understands the politics of it. You need a professional, not somebody who is a lawyer, whose specialist, as far as I am concerned, was to arrange the image of a party. This is serious because you are talking about an investment of over $450 million, right? You need somebody who has good contact on his phone to deal with that.
And you think he doesn't have
I don't think he has, because ever since he became, I didn't see that sharp difference he made as commissioner. I didn't see it. You get what I'm saying? If you had spoken to me that, okay, the guy that did this cultural thing, what was that a commissioner again that you mentioned? Yes, if you said that such a commissioner was pushed into such a ministry, I would look at it, because I see a person who is deliberate. Do you get it? You see somebody who wants to rupture something that was not, who thinks, how can we make this work? But I saw it and in email that was just there for the tradition. Yeah, I see that I didn't see.
You did not see innovation in
I
the way
didn't
he
see.
carried
I
out
didn't
his
see. I
duties.
didn't see any innovation. Do you get it? I didn't see any. You see, for you to be a commissioner of information in Akwa Ibom State, you need. You should think of Akwa Ibom as a brand and understand how to build a brand. You know, when we are given a brief, all right, when we are given a brief to build a brand, you do what we call brand strategy session. You think through it. What is that thing about Akwa Ibom State? You should, okay, let me give you a little way to do it. Go to London. Hmm? Go to London. Stand on the street of London, or even the most prominent, and say, I want you to come to invest in Nigeria. Well, Nigeria, fine. I want you to come and invest in Akwa Ibom. Like, where is that? Do you understand? But say, I want you to come and invest in Warri. Oh, really, Warri in Delta State. How did that brand get there? And your brand didn't get there because
You're saying that Warri, Delta State has more
stronger brand.
presence,
Yes,
than
yes,
Akwa Ibom
yes, it does. Go find out. This is something I specifically have done. You get what I'm saying? I've specifically done it because in the process of trying to work on a certain project, okay, it took me to that survey. Go out there and ask. Now, because the state is conceived, or you have that leadership that is always, na God we they do. I don't have problem with that. Imagine, I just gave you one instance about the golf tournament that puts your state in the world map.
Do you know
Because
about the Rice Park?
the rice pack,
Yes. Do you know about the Rice Park project?
yes, which at the Udodoma, right?
No,
Yeah.
with streets.
Okay.
That green field
Mm,
that we used to have, the
mm,
green acre.
mm,
Obviously, you have not seen what this government is doing in that place,
mm,
but it's been updated. There is a golf course, there is a tennis club, there is lawn tennis, badminton. There's so many. There's even a lake that is being developed,
mm,
and also the idea. Some of us used to have a real challenge going to Meridian to play golf, even though we
mm,
had interest in it because of where it was located, right? But now the state government is bringing it closer to the people. Do you think that's business-like, that's being pragmatic, that is being bringing the state to a central focus? Because the way I look at it as an individual, as a citizen of the state, I'm thinking that we're going to have tournaments, we're going to have things happening in that park that will attract attention. Culture and tourism and sports will have a more some kind of a new lease on life thanks to the Arise Park. What do you think?
Is a waste.
It's a West.
You want me to tell you, to be frank with you?
Mhm.
The state has Ibom icon
Mm,
and resorts.
mhm.
The golf course there is one of the best in Africa.
So there was no need for another
There
one.
was no need. How much have you made use of that? What has happened? Is when you build stuff and like for the people, no, fine, the people is good, but how can it be profitable? What are you making use? So is it that the people on this in the states will go and play it? No, that is not what we're looking at. If you have a golf course of that very magnitude, so beautiful, what have you done with it? So what I'm saying is that Akwa Ibom said, for instance, has a facility that can put it on the wall map.
Okay.
Just do something about it. Get it working. I want to see Ibom golf tournament part of the international golf calendars. That when we say, okay, in September, Ibom to open
Okay.
world tournament. So you don't have to go and build something else where you already have it. To me, it's just trying to have your own name rather than the state.
All right. So we've gone on and on about this. I like us to bring our thoughts home, at least for now, on this very subject matter.
Yes.
And I'm going to ask you one last question and hope that your answer encapsulates all of your thoughts.
Okay.
What is your dream for Akwa Ibom before Governor Umobasi, leaves seat? Okay, before the first term finishes, let's see what short-term dream do you have for Akwa Ibom under his leadership?
I want to see after his first stadium, I want to see an investment in Akwa Ibom State that looks beyond the oil, beyond allocation. Okay, that we are sitting down every month, that we are waiting for this. I want to see him being deliberate. Fine, I hear that he's doing a lot in tourism, but to what extent? w- when he
No, no, no,
build,
don't deviate, please. Let's go
yes,
back to your dream for
yes,
Akwa
I'm
Ibom.
coming, I'm coming.
Okay.
I'm still on that thought. He is doing well in tourism, right? Trying to build infrastructure for tourism, but it's not going to materialize in his 4 terms, not even in his 8 terms. I want to see him have leave a state that becomes a business destination in Nigeria. Let's consolidate in the peace that we have and make it more of a business hub in Nigeria. And for you to do that, you need to think differently. What is that thing that Akwa Ibom is known for that is not anywhere else?
Hmm.
Right? That's why when you hear me speak about investing in palm production, you know why palm production investment is going to be good? I hear them talk about this. I want to see deliberate an estate, huge estate. Imagine you are pumping in. I think there was a group I said, imagine that the state decides to pump in 50 billion naira.
Hmm.
Okay, 50 billion naira
And
in,
farm
in
produce.
palm production.
You think that will be?
Wow, little money, but that's if you are sincere.
When you came here, I thought you would mention all the monies that were spent in building the coconut oil factory. And I
You
thought you
want
were
us
going
to
to
go there?
mention it.
You want us to go there?
We
I
shot a
deliberately
documentary.
refused.
We shot a documentary of that facility. And I'm still wondering what that place is doing for us because It was magnificent. I
Hmm.
stood there and saw oil come out. I took some of it home. And I really did look forward to that business thriving, like the syringe industry. Like my friend in Ghana would tell me, babe, we're using your syringes here in Ghana. You
Hmm.
know, I look forward to the flour mill doing better, all of those things. And I had hoped maybe you will make a call for continuity in some of those projects to give it life because they weren't bad ideas.
I think Udom came with plenty of dreams.
So what
Plenty
happened?
of dreams. I whatever happened, I don't know. Would I say pride?
Right?
I, I remember creating a TV program because I saw what Udom was doing. Right?
Mhm.
I created I call it the Dakada TV. Maybe I will show you sometime. I created that program, and that program was not the regular image laundering program. It was real. We go to project because I saw something. I think Umoino can capitalize on those things.